responsibilities. I will be bringing you a lot more content coming up here pretty soon, but it's gonna be maybe a couple weeks from now. I'm gonna be able to bring you guys a whole lot of new content, great stuff, dope stuff. I'm talking like a 3-hour show, segmented out to the point where you can tune in at any point and catch what you want to watch when you want to watch it. I've got some great guests lined up. I've got a great studio upgrade as well. So we're all in the mix with this. We are full steam ahead. I had a lot of people in the comments saying, "Hey man, it looks like you can really bring some great content to YouTube outside of the stuff that you are reporting on right now." And I know that to be a fact, because I bring great content to YouTube outside of the stuff that people. I'll put it like this: I bring content to YouTube. People watch what they want to watch. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say all my content is great because I'm not great. I still have to work on my diction. I still have to work on my speech. I still have to work on being entertaining. I still have to work on my video quality, especially how I'm presenting the material to you guys. Right now, I've had a serious downgrade in everything that I've been working with. As you can see, I went back to working with just the Do You recorder because I've had to seriously downgrade a lot. But, however, in spite of, we persevere. How you guys doing today, man? I really don't know what's going on in the chat or how many people are watching. I really can't tell. Well, I guess it says 2, but I really don't know how accurate that is. Anyway, let's get into some Natureboy. I have been missing this, and I'm trying to catch up. I got to play catch up. Last thing I reported on was the Young Pharaoh Jazzy G drama. We all know how that turned out. Jazzy G has, been alive on Instagram, and Young Pharaoh has been alive on Instagram. They're all doing their best to explain the situation. It has kind of died, and I'm happy about that. Each has kind of gone on to do what it is that they respectively do best, and I'm very happy for that. Let's just see. Let's just see recent stories. Let's see here. Anyway, we're not even gonna get back into that. We want to catch up on some Natureboy. We want to catch up on some Eligio by Nature. What have they been up to, guys? Now, this is what I've heard. This is what I've heard. I've heard that there are 2 new wives, Afuru and Ra. And Ra is Polite's sister. And then there's another young lady that's there now. Or maybe there's another young man that's on the way, a man and a child that's on the way. That's a scary situation. Where a man could be taking his child over there soon. Like, that's an extremely bad situation if that happens. You guys let me know about that. Am I speaking correctly? To my understanding, Eliana has been told to leave. Eliana has been sad. I actually caught a little bit of Eligio talking last night to one of his reflections, saying that Eliana will be fine. She just really doesn't understand how good she has it over here. And I was like, wow, so it's true. So Eliana is ready to leave. Like, Eliana really is ready to go. Like, I didn't think that would ever happen, but like, I've been looking at her face lately. I've seen the things that Natureboy has said himself. Like, it's become clear to me that Natureboy has lost his grip on Eliana to a certain extent, the master grip. And her mind is opening up to the possibility that, hey, wow, maybe he's full of shit. Maybe I can go back to my family. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Maybe I can talk to people outside of, this circle that I've been told to only trust. And I think she knows deep down all these things anyway. But I think it's just hard for her because now she's had the sex tape out. Now she's been exploited on social media. Now she's been told that she's a polygamist, and had her sister wives, belittle her. Her husband belittle her on the camera constantly. She's been shown at her lowest, at her weakest, as subservient, as a serf. And it's painful for her. I'm sure it would be painful for her to go back home and to deal with all of that emotion. But I think that she realizes that it is necessary at this point. I think that she realizes that. Now we're going to go ahead and get into some video here. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to get into some video. Let's see where we should start, guys. Let's start here.
And let's just...
Should we start here? No, let's start here.
And let's just be real here. Cause let's get to the bottom of it. We gonna get to the bottom of it. At least understand where it's coming from. I think this joint might be freezing. Let me know if it's coming in clear, y'all. I think it's clear now. Alright. Damn. So if your mama divorced or broke up with your father and this is one of the most traumas in your life. This is one of the biggest traumas in your life. It is the biggest trauma in your whole life was the split of your mother and father. Right? Which you and me splitting will be one of the biggest traumas that ever happened to Eliana.
Wow, so so she is ready to go. You can look at her face. Look at that face right there, people. Look at that face, family. She ready to fucking go. And he trying to smooth talk her and get her and emotionally mind control her. I don't know the words. I'm not no fucking psychologist. I don't know the words for this shit. It's fucked up.
Whether you know it or not. You can't let that happen. That's just, I gotta tell you that before I tell you why. Right? So the biggest trauma in your life was your mom's and dad breaking up. Point blank, period. Right? And I'm blocking y'all demons. I'm letting you know, you say something negative in my room, I'm blocking you. Matter of fact, if you ain't got nature by nature on the end of your name, we shutting the room down right now. I'm blocking you for speaking in the room if you ain't got by nature under your name. So go ahead and talk if you want. I know it's a little lag, so I'm gonna let it go by. I'm gonna let it go by. I'm gonna let it go by. Anybody speak in the room that don't got it on their name, you know what it is. Shut it down. Shut down the room. Put the hearts up. Y'all know what it is. Shut it down. Don't nobody speak in the room without nature on your name when you're going into my block list. I ain't unblocking nobody else. Nobody else. You gotta have by nature on your name. Oh, somebody just got blocked. Oh, another motherfucker just got blocked. Oh, another motherfucker just got blocked. Hold on, let me clear the room up before we continue. Gotta get rid of all these fuck niggas in the room. Let's go. Oh, another person just got blocked. Anybody else? Oh yeah, now that's what I thought. Exactly. That's what I thought. Oh, another nigga got blocked. There you go. Now we about to talk. Oh, another nigga just got blocked. Pop. Got it out. Oh, somebody tried to put hearts in the room. Pop. Let's get it. How many times you gonna block me? One more time. Boop. That's the last time. I ain't unblocking nobody. Yep, good. I hope you glad you got your little comment lost. It won't matter. We gonna keep going, but we gonna keep going. Good. Another one. Wow. Let's get him out of there. Get him out of there. You said your two little words. Good. Ineffective. Blocked. Ineffective. Blocked. Ineffective. You might as well shut the fuck up and listen. Only way you gonna get it. Alright. Boom. Back to what we were saying, right? So, the number one trauma in your whole life was your mom and dad breaking up. Yeah. That's been the centerpiece, because you ain't been... Hold on real quick. I got one more person real quick. Boom. Boom. If you ain't got by nature on your name, don't say nothing. The room on shutdown, lockdown. Demia, you just got blocked. Boop. Come on, let's go downstairs, baby. Let's talk about this downstairs. We about to break this.
So basically, Natureboy is feeling insecure as fuck right now. Because he doesn't really start doing all this blocking. I've noticed it's a pattern with him. He doesn't do all this blocking. You better have by nature by your name. If you noticed, if you go back in some of the videos, it's the first time I've really noticed this pattern. But when he feels really hurt and really insecure, he starts blocking people in the room. Because I have never had by nature him on my name. But I've been in his room multiple times, and he will be saying something, and you'll comment on it, and he sees your comment, he'll read it, he knows who you are. I've actually, had the opportunity to go live with Natureboy once, but I was trying to, shoot it over to my YouTube at the same time, and I kept getting. Apparently, you can't do that on Instagram. So I wanted to record it and do it at the same time. I couldn't do that. I wanted to shoot it live and record it at the same time, and that was impossible. I could have recorded it, which I didn't know at the time. Which if I ever had that opportunity again, I know that now. But he always tends to start blocking people in the room. You better have by nature by your name. You better be saying positive things in the room when he feels insecure. He's always on that, if you notice. Other than that, he doesn't care. When he's got 1,000 people in the room, some bullshit's going on, and his mind is happy and he's smiling. Like, he doesn't care who's in the room and who's saying what. But when he's insecure, you better believe. You better have by nature by your name.
Hold shit down. Once and for all. Let's get it. Come on. Yeah, they mad now. Look at them. They mad now. They mad now. They want your soul, baby. Let's go right in here. You can turn this light on real quick. Hit that light for me.
How y'all doing, by the way, out there? Early, good morning to y'all. Grand rising, great awakening, however you want to say it. Where are y'all from? Who's listening this morning?
Okay. So now, hey, why don't you go get the tripod from me? So wait. Come on, Eliana, sit right here with me. Sit right here. Oh, you ain't, right? Yeah. Okay. That's right. Throw the hearts in the room. Let them know who the boss in here. Who running this shit. They don't run nothing but their mouth. They ain't know we had this. Yup. That's right. Look at them. Yeah. Block the shit out of these niggas. Somebody just put a hand up. Block. You should never put the hand up. You don't got nature on your name. You know what time it is. I'm sending these demons back to the motherfucking... I'm sending them back. See, I try to be nice, but I'm sending them back. I was being nice, wasn't I? I let them watch the shit. I was being nice. Now, it's a Rizzy. We're about to go deep. Boom. Okay. Alright. Cool. And I really protect protecting y'all, because if you keep sending negativity out to your universe, that shit just gonna come back anyway. So me blocking you is actually allowing you to, go focus more on your life. Just go focus on your life. I'm not unblocking nobody else. I'm giving y'all my word. I'm not unblocking nobody. I might just create another page because I went through too much shit. Somebody bring me a fan up here. Too much shit I went through just to unblock niggas. I ain't going through that shit no more. Y'all can forget about it. It's so easy to block you. I promise you it's easy to block you. You better create 100 motherfucking profiles. Look, they already, why you block me? Because you didn't have nature on your name, nigga. I'm not unblocking none of y'all. If your name ain't got by nature on it, don't speak nothing. Much love, bro. Block. Peace, God. Block. I told you, don't speak. The room is on shutdown. Let me put it in here. The room is on shutdown. Pin that real quick so there won't be no excuses. When I block people, they won't be in my inbox.
What does that even mean? The room is on shutdown. Is that something he says? Y'all let me know in the comments. I really don't know. I'm seriously asking. Is that something he says? Is that like, are people supposed to know what that means? The room is on shutdown.
Send the feds. Go ahead and send them. Shut down. It's on shutdown. All right. Yeah, plug me up right here. Put it on the bed for me, bro. Appreciate it. What you breathing so hard for?
She tired of this shit, family. She breathing hard. She exasperated, rolling her eyes. She tired of this shit, family. Like, he's so worried about this. The room is on shutdown. He's so worried about the internet and the Instagram. And he's doing it on purpose. It's a psychological tactic to make somebody wait, to soften them up a little bit. This is an interrogation that he's conducting right now, it seems like. Wow.
Yeah. Alright. So now, appreciate it. Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Then we good. Alright. Love myself. Alright. So, the most trauma that happened in your life, the biggest trauma of your whole life was the splitting of your mother and father, right?
Yeah.
Why did your mom leave your dad?
Because he was cheating on me.
Because he was cheating on her, right? Because he didn't have the mind or balls to be honest with her, right?
Right.
He hurt your mother and then tried to play a mind game, right? Between you and your mother.
Yes.
To turn you against your mother, because your mother was trying to get custody of you, and so your mom and dad were fighting against each other because he kept cheating on her.
Yeah.
And you was in the middle of
Going
this.
back and forth didn't happen until after the divorce.
I can't hear you.
Before the divorce, it was because he was cheating on her and she kept finding out. Then they divorced each other. Then that's when they started fighting back and forth between us to get custody.
But this is based in him cheating and him actually being polygamous.
Right.
He was polygamous. Your father's polygamous, isn't he? was cheating on her. He wasn't man enough to do what I'm doing, which is being honest and being upfront, right?
Well, he did. Like, she told me one time he did tell her to be polygamous with him, but she didn't want to, so.
She didn't want to.
Right.
Okay. So.
And so I guess he just decided to just be monogamous with her, but then still have women on the side.
Cheating. Lying. Deceiving her.
Yes.
Okay. So this is it right here, right? So you seen this, and this actually broke your family up.
Yeah.
And now your mama is with a guy that will be monogamous with her. But is she happy? Honestly.
I don't think so.
Okay. So your mama's not with a man that she really want to be with, but he is monogamous. Beta. Somebody that she can settle down with and do as she wants, but she not really happy.
I don't think so.
So she not really happy. And so.
I'm just saying, I don't think so.
Right, but that's what women do. In order for them to get that domesticated man, that disciplined man to Babylon, that man, they settle for. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay, so, and then your father probably still out there being some kind of a, maybe somewhat of a dog. I mean, he out there on Jazzy G page talking to her all night. If you have a wife, you're not going to be letting your husband be online with another woman all damn night.
She probably down with it.
She probably down with it. So he found somebody more down with him and what his way is, perhaps, right? Or she don't look what he do. The point I'm saying here is this. Hold on real quick.
So now they trying to say that I've heard this rumor. I don't think that there's any validity to it. I think that Jazzy G is a great entertainer, along the lines of, you know, Young Pharaoh. You can even put her up there with Kev Gills and all of the other new crop of fresh young YouTubers who add content and that people like. And it's kind of one of those love to hate her kind of things. People either love her or hate her, or love to hate her, or hate to love her. You know, it's she's perfect for YouTube, I think. And all this controversy, people throwing her name up and shit, it is just crazy to me that, you know, a month or two ago, she had the numbers, she had, you know, some subscribers, but it wasn't all this. Like, Jazzy G has really came up. I'm really big ups to her. You know, no hate from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to have something to say. I got love for everybody. Uncle Black, Jazzy G, you know what I'm saying? Crystal Healing Vibrations, Marwan Mind Over Matter TV, Don't Slam My Car Door. You know, the list goes on and on. I got love for everybody, man. If I miss some, Shantae Maria, Candy Pretty Face. Since I've been doing this, I've been noticing these channels. And they also bring content that's not Nature Boy related. So I implore you guys that when you're on their channel sometimes and you're watching this Nature Boy stuff, check some of the other stuff out too that's not so Nature Boy related. Get to know these people. They're really interesting YouTubers. I think so. With that being said, let's get back to it.
Gotta block a couple niggas. Hey, bring some water. They think I'm not paying attention. I block them fast. My name is El Blockio, nigga. You talking about my name is El Blockio. El Blockio, what are you talking about? I'll take a moment to block the whole goddamn room. Good. You gonna respect my space. You you're gonna respect my space. Nigga, I'm El Blockio. And I got trying to edit these parts out. Trying to edit all these parts out so they still get uploaded. Right? You know my life is a movie. Get them out of there. Quick, everyone. Quickly. They get chipped up. Quickly. As soon as they say something, peace, chief. Nobody nature on your shit, chipped up. Boom. Don't speak in the room, it's on shutdown. Shit never spoke. Boop, boop. Fuck out of here. And I'm getting the ones with by nature on their name. Appreciate it. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Thankful. That's what it is. Put ice in this? Okay. No ice. Okay. Thank you. Go get the ice, bro. Didn't knock out 25. Okay.
Peace, Candy Pretty Face. Glad to see you. I was just talking about you.
Man, I'm getting them the fuck out of here, boy. As soon as they come at it, boop, 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 boop. Alright, so here's the pattern. The pattern here is that you were traumatized and watched your father, and all you wanted was your mom and dad to be together, did you not?
I did.
As a child, you wanted more than anything. Before you could think about your life, you was thinking about what?
How to mend them back together.
For the longest, you
Yeah.
just wanted them to be together.
Yeah,
And you
I
were
did.
there, who? Their daughter.
Yeah.
So you are going to do that to Eliana?
No.
Right? And then on top of all of that, you have to hold on real quick. Yo, this shit shut down. They accepted the fact that they're in prison and they jail. It's called jailing. Jailing is when you make the best of what the fuck you got. That's what people in Babylon are doing. They're making the best of what they got. And they can teach you very well how to make the best of being in Babylon, in prison. There's niggas in jail that can tell you the ins and outs, all the little trap holes, and that's called jailing. They can tell you that these people are the elders of that world. We are a leader of a new world.
Yeah, I think Eliana's just over it. Like, her whole face during this whole thing, like, she's been asked lately, recently, to my understanding. Like I said, I've been out of the loop because I've been going through some severely personal and financial issues lately. I'll go get to that on a story time episode, maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks. It's gonna be crazy story time. Anyway, I've been hearing rumors that Eliana's leaving, that, you know, she's unhappy for days now, almost a week now. And it is true. I'm just looking at her right now. This is the first time I've really just been able to catch up on anything. And I'm going to try to get through as much as I can today. Maybe 2 or 3 hours of footage I'm going to try to get through. And then I will be able to, you know, break that footage down later. This is just going to be more like me exploring the footage itself. But wow, what I've seen just so far in the first 15, 20 minutes, it's crazy. Like, he should just let this woman go home. She's obviously ready to go. She's obviously not feeling this shit no more. Oh, she said, I don't want to spoil it, but the ending is out of sight. I could not. Oh my God, don't tell me that, pretty fast. Let's continue.
You understand? So when we calm down, we think about it, we say, what do we do? What do we do? What do? We have to think about, it's real simple. It's actually that simple. It's to look at your mom and dad, and it's actually that simple for you. A lot of people have a lot of confusion. It's just, mom, pops, look at my situation. I'm literally living out their karma. What do I do? Do I perpetuate it? Your mom got an anger problem. She got the same. No, it's not that you don't like it. It's just that you're not willing to walk into it in a way that requires you to actually be mature. It's not the polygamy it's only the polygamy is trying to make you become a better person and get you into the kingdom of God. You understand what I'm saying? Because through the polygamy, it's going to make you an incredible woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about the polygamy. It's a vehicle. It's a catalyst to make you into the woman you're supposed to be. If you look at just the polygamy, but I don't like this. No, you're missing the point. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's about.
Oh, and to my subscriber that called me the other day that was telling me she just gave me Miss Khalil. I'm so sorry about that. I have been extremely busy lately. I guess I'll just go ahead and spill the beans right now. I'm not homeless, but I'm living in an apartment right now with nothing in it. I'm not necessarily breaking up with my girlfriend, but we're moving into different places. And yeah, she moved first. So I'm kind of in a situation right now where I've been taking care of my son for the last year or so. I have not been working, don't have any money saved up, and I just pretty much kind of got the rug pulled from under me. My lease isn't up until the end of the month, and I'm sitting here in an empty apartment trying to eat some burritos right now and catch up on some Natureboy. So I haven't had a chance to really, be into it like I normally am. You know what I mean? At all. So with that being said, man, I've been missing all of this. But now I'm alone. I'm to myself in a quiet environment, and I really just want to catch up on some of it. And I'm so glad that I got friends that will reach out to me and say, "Hey, man, I tried to tell you this shit crazy." Because let's see, man. Y'all making me just want to skip to the end.
Getting you to have the characteristics to be a leader, to be a grown-ass woman, to overcome your mother's anger. Your mother got an anger problem, man. And you got your mother's anger problem. You know that. As soon as you get upset, what you do? Click out. Walk away. And that's what she did. She wows out. You said it was some wedding? It was like a she tore everything up. Like, you know your mom's anger is what we just seen, right? You know that's your mother in you. Motherfucker that's like, you ain't got a baby. The shit, the mean shit, when she upset, right? Right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. And this is just to be real. And I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna go back to doing this. And I gotta ask you, and I need you to take a minute. Don't answer too fast. If you was a man, would you be polygamous? Take a minute, because I'm gonna be.
That's a loaded question because she's not a man, number one, and how would she know? And number two, no, I'm not going to Mexico, Kalal. I have no answer to that question. You said, how is polygamy going to make her a better person? If the only person that got in going in the situation is him. I have no idea. Polygamy is not going to make her a better person. He's just really just trying to manipulate her, and with her parents at that, with her trauma. Manipulate her with her trauma. This is like some next level fuckery. I mean, but this is Natureboy we're talking about. I can't wait for this ending.
Blocking a lot of people. Just think about it. If you was a man, would you be polygamous? And would you be like me? would you be a lot like me if you was a man?
Exactly, Candy. Like it's sickening. Like he uses her parents. He knows that that's the trauma that drove her over there in the first place, and to use that to keep her there, she should be able to see that. She should be able to see through that, and I think that she does now. Like months ago when she was calling her dad and they were talking on Instagram to each other. Her when Pops and that whole scene happened, like. She was still under the effects then. She still saw Natureboy as this strong man that's going to take care of her and respect her because he didn't have all these extra wives. And now all she sees is her father. And she sees herself as her mother. So she fell into the same trauma. Wow. Okay, while they sitting there staring into the camera, y'all can give us a little hint. Y'all keep talking about the ending. Give us a little hint. Don't say it. Don't say the whole thing. Just let us know kind of idea of how this is going to go.
You going to answer? Or you going to wait for me to finish blocking?
I would be.
Huh?
I would be.
You would be what?
Polygamous.
Why you got attitude? I thought we was coming to a resolution. And an answer, man. Why you giving me attitude for? Don't take all that, Eliana. Talk to me.
Damn, does she slap him or something? Does she like punch him in the face or something? Like y'all got me like seriously.
You gotta show growth constantly. It's not how many times you fail, it's what? It's not about how many times you fail. The masters failed more times than anyone. Don't worry about that. It's not about how you fall, it's about how you get back up. Every time. Get your ass back up and keep going. But we gonna fail. You gotta fail. You out here doing what people ain't doing. You out here fighting the demons that your mama couldn't fight. You overcoming your daddy's demons, his insecurities. He's the one that insecure. All your insecurities come from your daddy. He's a very insecure man and you know it. If you look at the behavior between your mom and dad, you will see. Your mama got the attitude and your daddy insecure as fuck. True.
Now I had thought about that a while ago. Double Problema. That man, this has got to be like some reality show. This has got to be like made for TV. They're shooting a pilot, I guess you could say. I always thought that was the case. Like I never thought that this was like serious until the AIDS thing. And then when people started leaving and young Pharaoh started getting involved, that's when I started thinking, okay, this may be a little serious. But it's still, even the way it's run, it's kind of like they are doing this for attention more than for some spiritual enlightenment quest. Double Problema says, but that's not all. Just really pay attention to what happens after that and listen to his words and watch all the faces in the room. And I had been saying this. I have been saying this for months now. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this shit is all scripted. And I'm even talking about, even on to the, and I said this about the Jazzy G beef, and you might hate me for saying this. Some of these YouTubers might hate me for saying this, but I got to call a spade a spade. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these beefs are scripted, if behind the scenes people are saying, hey, release this information on this day, and I'll release this on that day. Let's keep these viewers entertained. I have no problem with that. I actually love that idea. It's TV. It's people coming together and writing scripts and putting entertaining content out there. And people want to see that. It's better than watching this fake scripted, quote unquote reality stuff, on TV. I have no problem with that at all. But my whole thing is, at some point, it's got to come out that it's all fake. And from what I'm guessing from the comments in the room, you guys are saying that that's been found out. He said, "Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But just watch and wait. We won't forget that while this was going over, 12,000 recorded calls went to the FBI." Oh, wow. For this verbal abuse to the females that he did all day. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, let's go.
I think they both insecure.
Nah, but he really insecure. What he doing is just plain out silly. Like, what you doing, bro? You feel what I'm saying? He ain't even going about it like a man. And who else gonna be honest with you like this and tell you the fucking truth? You know what I mean? Make you see it as clear as this. Ain't this clear?
Yeah.
The shit clear as fuck. It's like, damn, it's that simple for me. It ain't even that hard. So it's just like out in the open because they literally came in your life again and showed the characteristics. So you could be like, wow, that's what I'm doing this from. I'm reliving this shit. What would you tell your mom back in the day to stay with your dad? What would you tell her to do? Would you tell your dad, like, listen, nigga, stop lying, nigga, just try to tell mama the truth. It's a male's nature. You would get the knowledge, right? You would get the facts, right?
Yeah.
And you would see it.
Well, we all had asked him at one point why he was lying. But
Okay,
it was
Double A.
an excuse, so. But I would tell him don't lie about it.
To be real about it, right?
Yeah.
And would you tell your mom to just organize it and let's be one big happy family?
Yeah, because she had a lot of children. Even one child is enough.
Okay, so if you would
But
tell your mama,
even bigger than the children, it is the nature of a man. You can't get rid of it.
right, so you would tell your mama, he being real. Let's just have one big family. Right?
Yeah.
And that's all they trying to tell you. And I know they about me, but they're a little fed up, man.
No, they responded the way that they were supposed to.
The universe, right?
Yeah.
It's like your universe.
Yeah, I'm not.
Your universe, you have made it up very upset.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, I
You
understand.
pissed your universe off. And I ain't never known it to respond like that. And I'm glad you were able to see it. Like, okay, damn. The universe is not happy with me. All these women got at me the same.
No, D, he does not want her to believe any male figure in her life is strong besides him. I don't feel like he specifically emasculates every male around him, so he can seem like the big guy. That's why all the women there want to fuck him, because he makes everybody else look like bitches. Excuse my language here.
I'm like, oh, Joy came out of nowhere, so you know you in the wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo. So that's the mother sat down like me and you doing right now, right? But they was stuck. It's a lot of people I'm blocking again. I just feel sorry for them. I'm not gonna unblock you. I'm giving you my word. I'm not unblocking you. Y'all just gonna have to have fake pages, and even those pages could get blocked. So now you calm down. And the universe ain't me. You know your Saturn's in what?
Aries.
Aries. So it ain't giving it to you easy. Look at the baby. The baby Mexican. It didn't let you run. It's not letting you run. If you even think about it, it's not letting you just walk out. It ain't making it easy for you, right?
That's true.
And it's like the universe, like, nope. I set it up just because I knew you was gonna run. For you to run, you would have to completely destroy everything you built in the last 2 years. And everything you invested, all of your energies, everything that you've ever said, and then you would regurgitate and the same, you're gonna regurgitate the same karma onto the child, who would then meet a guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just keeps going on and on and on and on. Or we stop it right here. And it's not about the relationship more than it's about what it's trying to get you to become. What is this relationship requiring of you? What is the relationship requiring of Eliana? Right? What is it requiring of you?
To be a leader.
To be a leader. What else?
To be a good wife or virtuous woman. To be a mother, a good mother. And it's calling me to heal.
It's calling you to heal. It's calling you to, and then deal with the insecurities of your mother, which is going to require you to do what? Starts with a C, ends with an N, or ends with an E. Communicate. That's what your mother should have did with your dad, is communicate. And that's what your dad should have did with your mother. Sat down like me and you doing right now, right? But they were stubborn. He said, fuck it. She said, fuck it.
I think that at some point she did want to communicate. She just didn't want to be polygamous at the root of it. So
and how'd that work out for her?
Inevitably it failed.
Right. How'd that work out? Exactly. How'd it work out for her?
It just failed.
Exactly. So it's beautiful because you can use your mother's actual life as a past life. And you can see the future actually of your, you know what I mean? You can see the future through your mother. It's like you're looking at the future and you got your fate. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, damn. You know? And your mother literally is working in the factory in New Orleans.
And mine will be worse than hers, so.
Oh, but for sure because you know more. The truth is, you are her, you are him, and you are her simultaneously.
Yeah.
I knew you were smart enough. I believe in you. You're my ace in the hole. Fuck 'em. Ain't nobody better than you.
So, Doble Problema says, if you can read the comment section on that live, notice how the jig is up and he is blocking the whistleblowers. Now, I did notice him blocking a lot of people. We talked about that earlier in the show about how he blocks people. It seems like when he becomes insecure, but I can definitely see that. People are in that live saying different things. You know, I feel for her safety, blah, blah, blah. And he's just, not listening to that. D says, particularly her dad in this situation, because he doesn't want her to run back home to her dad's arms because he knows dad is fighting for her. He wants her to believe that he is too weak to help. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I also believe that it could be... We're speaking about this as if it's actually literally going on, but like Doble is saying here, it could be a con game. D says, oh, now she's saying him and her. Before it was his reflection. Absolutely, right?
Doing good. Feel like you fucking up? Disappointed with yourself? Oh, well. Oh, what? Get up. You fell, so what? What you gonna do? What Aaliyah say? At first you don't succeed, what you do? Pick yourself up and what? Try again? You know that song?
Pick yourself up and try again.
Maybe she don't succeed. Try again. It'd be terrible, man, because Eliana, she need me. You need me. You can't picture life without me, Eliana. Like, you stuck with me, my nigga. Can I get a kid? Oh, don't make it a bad thing. Ah, man, I feel bad.
It's not.
But you know what? This whole moment actually opened that up, though. Nah. Pick your head up. Hold your head up high. High. Pride. This is where pride needs to come in. Chest out. Breathe in. Hold it. Because it's not about the failure. It's about the response. When I look at you, I see someone very strong. Very strong. I see a woman that could be so, so much if she wants to, I don't want to give up. I love you.
I can't keep giving up on myself, though.
But that's why you got your family here. This ain't nothing but the universe protecting. These are angels. These ain't people trying to hurt me or hurt you. Trying to connect. Everybody here admires you. Some kind of way. No one here is jealous of you, trying to take your place, nothing like that. But you pissed your universe off today, did you?
Still pissed off.
No, it's not. You talking about Joy?
Joy is pissed.
She got you on probation, nigga. She like, I don't believe it.
I'm kind of scared. Hate right now.
Huh?
I'm kind of scared.
What?
Because it's just like a disappointment.
Y'all want to embrace her? Come on. You can embrace her.
She was pissed off at me too.
Look, she was like, and she may never been pissed off at you. Like, damn, she was pissed off. You know you fucking up when she was pissed off.
Wait, didn't we talk about this already today?
Oh.
Look at how calm she is. That falls 9 times. You gotta get up at that time. That's a fact. Big two come in handy. Catch yourself, Mike. You got this, mama. You got this.
She knows now. She has a blueprint now. She knows her mother. She knows her father. She knows her karma. I think this moment brought it all out for her to understand that. And that's why this happened. It's all happened for a reason. Huh?
I was not thinking about that.
And that's what this sparked. The final thing. Alright, I'm opening up the room back. Please stay respectful. Please stay respectful in the room. Please be respectful. Send out respectful energy. Please. Why you waiting till I fail? You know? Why you don't support me when I'm up? You hoping for me to fail when I get down. You're very strong. Keep going. She's bendable, flexible. You know what I'm saying? Huh? She ain't worried about nothing. She knows she about to be. She about to have sister wild. She already knows she about to have sister wild.
She better than men.
One and two. And don't you be missing Natureboy. What he call himself, Chief? I can't stand him.
Oh, that's horrible. I would be so miserable. You would. For sure. That's what they is.
They miserable. That's why they just watching to see somebody fail and break up and drama. They always looking for something like something wrong so they can just feed their little hurt, pain, and suffering. And they don't want to see when we are all these people when we're thriving, when we was doing our where's everybody when we was thriving? You know what I'm saying? Planting seeds in the garden. Everything.
Hey, Mama.
She sleeps. She over there. She open her eyes in her sleep. She be looking around medically.
Peace, y'all. Peace.
Peace, reflection.
This was so, like, I feel like I just went through a whole roller coaster with y'all. But I'm so happy. Chief, you are so strong as a man to be able to ration.
Now, who is this motherfucker? Excuse my language, y'all, today. Doble says, are you watching all the faces? Notice he is out of the camera view. Now pay attention to the motions. Okay?
Analyze with her and really talk to her. Sisters, y'all are so strong for as women to be able to, you know, embrace her and love on her because it seemed like that's what she needed at the time. Like, I'm over here fighting back tears. Like, that's so sweet. And this is just a strong black family. Like, I love it, man. I really love it. This was beautiful. I'm so happy that you guys were able to stay together. That's so dope. So I love y'all. I love myself.
I love myself.
Right.
The real reality TV.
Yeah, they were all just looking away and laughing. When he says, watch, he says real reality TV, and they all just look away and start laughing, like, immediately. That was crazy. That I just saw that. I noticed that. Marvis Darren says, that's a little girl. This girl younger than Velvet. Well, I apologize. I didn't mean to call her that. I'm like, who is this? Like, who? Like, these people, you know, they kill me. They get on here. Oh my God, that was so emotional. I don't know. I take that back. I do it too. I've never called into him and said that. Doble says, watch for his reinsertion of him. Okay, wait for it. All right, here we go.
Oh man, we got a movie just now. This is a movie.
I love myself.
Peace reflection.
Yes, peace reflection. Yeah, I'm so happy, and I just want to tell Elena, like, you are so strong. Like, you're a powerful woman, and just for you
Eliana.
to overcome, my fault, Eliana, just for her to overcome her fears and actually go on the internet and tell people what she has to work on just shows that she is growing. She's improved a lot. Like, I literally have been watching you guys for probably like a month now, if that. One of my friends told me about you guys ever since I just watch you guys every single day at work, at home, on my days off. Like, you guys are amazing. I love, like, the melanin-related family, because where I'm from, there's not a lot of melanated couples. Like, a lot of it's interracial, so just knowing that you guys can come back together, and you guys are amazing. I love you guys. I'm gonna keep me updated on everything, because I was watching the whole thing, so I love you guys, and you guys are amazing, and you guys have taught me a lot, especially, like, Eliana, you have taught me a lot, literally, because I was in your spot. Like, you're a couple years older than me, and just knowing your point of view, and you're an amazing mother. You grow every single day. Like, just seeing how you grow makes me, every day, just know that I can do it. So, you guys are all amazing. You guys are all beautiful. And I love you, Chief, of course, and your entire family, just amazing. So I hope you guys just stick in there and stay strong.
I'm thankful, reflection.
Yep.
Yes. You see how I turned them comments off? Bitch, don't play with me. I'll put y'all niggas on top out. I got a new one. I'm turning off the comments, goddamn. We gotta turn these comments off in this bitch. I just found them 3 buttons. Turn that comments off, nigga. Get disrespectful. Get disrespectful. I turn it off. Turn them off.
Bitch.
Turn off the comments. Shut the fuck up. Turn off comments. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Right, nigga. Be mad at me.
Hey, Peace Reflections.
What's going on?
I have a question. So, moving forward, is Eliana accepting polygamy?
Is Eliana accepting polygamy? Moving forward, yeah.
So this won't happen again?
It can't happen again. And if it does, we're going to help her through it again. And if it happens again, we're going to help her through it again. I mean, we were a little more harsh this time.
Okay, I just want to make sure this doesn't happen every week.
She said this happens every week. True? That's true, too.
Alright, I'm wishing the best for y'all. Bye.
Cookies. Cookies. Peace reflection.
Hello. Y'all can hear me?
Huh?
Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
So, my question is, was this like a publicity stunt? Huh?
Hey, what's going on, Sydney?
You heard me?
What's up, Sydney?
I said I wanted to know, was this like a publicity stunt or something? Like, was this real?
It was very real. Yeah, it was very real.
So what happened? Like,
Dang, man. Like, what happened? Like, yo, she loves me. And then she's sick of it. She don't give a fuck.
Yo, what's up, fam? How you doing, brother? Respect, homie. Hey, I actually didn't mean to come in, man. I know y'all got a situation going on right now. I do got a question for you, though, but it's not on topic with your relationship shit right now. So, I don't know if you got time right now. We can chop it up later. Yeah, we'll chop it up later, bro.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate you, bro.
Peace, man.
All right.
So I saw some people in the comments saying that was her sister. Whose sister was that? Eliana's sister? And I know that Doble was talking about they were trying to block whistleblowers, and this whole thing just seems very staged. What are you guys thinking?
I just felt that shit because I know how you look at her. Like, I know how much you love her. Like, so I didn't do that.
But they don't want to see me do good. I want to see them do good. I want to see them be better. They don't want that for me. It hurts, yeah. Because I love
But you
them.
on another frequency now, man. You got a whole other family. You just gotta be you.
Yeah, that's true.
This is your new life. And now in the moment, though, that was too cute.
Hello, yes, finally, listen, I have something to say. Okay, Eliana, you gotta get up and get out of there. He is brainwashing you. You have to leave. Get out of there. Shut up, ugly African face. You got an African hard face. You're so ugly, Ra. You are ugly. You are jealous of Eliana. Get out of here with your hard face. You got a hard, ugly face. A hard, ugly face. You are ugly.
Wow. 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 Let's go to the comments real quick. Let's go to the live chat. In the comments, she said that she was her cousin, but Natureboy cut her off. Then she went on her live. Only repeated what she typed in the live. New Jersey Fun Friendly said, "Oh, okay, but I watched Velvet shake her head no, then he hung up the phone on her." Exactly. I saw that too. The eyebrow raised, Ra looked over to the side, they both looked at Natureboy, the phone hung up. Araya, God's daughter, says, "I think that's Joy's sister. That's why she jumped up so fast and moved from the camera. That would make sense." Everybody just like that hard, like that part got me too, like, whoever this is on there now is like going crazy. Double A says, right, he hung up because the lady pulled the cat out of the bag. Absolutely. I get that. I get that now. I see what you were saying earlier now. Wow. This is amazing. This is crazy.
With a nasty attitude. Earlier, okay, when you were gone, Eligio, she was blocking some of your loyal viewers. She has a bad attitude, and she needs to go. Her and Joy. Mentally unstable Joy needs to get some help too. Okay? These people here, these women here are sick. Look at her with her ugly little face. She got an ugly little face. You are ugly, Ra. You are ugly. You are ugly little Nigerian. Ew. Ew.
Why you gotta be
She is hot. Listen, Eligio. Listen, Eligio. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. Hold on. Eligio, she is horrible. Get that hard face.
Can't even reason with these people. That's how you're gonna be attacked. Let me tell you something. The more you do right.
Was that staged? Was that staged? And now they're going to set the scene for Ra to be attacked. And then that way they can build her character by the phoenix from the ashes. They demolished her online and gave her all these bad names. And she's African-faced and she's ugly and mean. And then a month from now, you're going to love her for something, some hero thing that she does. Like, yeah, they are really building this show into something amazing. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I call it a show. I call it what it is. Doble, I think you're absolutely right. It's the best thing on TV.
The more you get them angry, the more you do right, the more it fucking fires them up. Like, it's just how they are. You know, I've been going through this a long time. You just coming in. It's nothing. I'm a pedophile. I'm a fucking homosexual. I got AIDS. I got the harshest things you ever could hear. They took my son and said pedophilia. They took my Isha. You don't know the pain and the demons that you're gonna hear your subconscious. There's parts of your subconscious that once you gone today, they don't want to see you succeed in nothing. Welcome to the Christ conscience. You're gonna get crucified. All your insecurities within yourself, they can feel it, they can smell it, they know it, because it's you. So now you're gonna hear it. It used to be in your head, and you'd be like, no, they can hear it. They're gonna say it to you. Anything that you ever thought in your mind, they're gonna say it to you. You see what I'm saying? Anything you've been, your deepest, darkest fears, they're gonna find them out, and they're gonna make you face them. So if you don't have the proper self-esteem, these people are your reflection, they're your deflection, they're your lower self. They will tear and eat you from the inside out. So you gotta be built, you gotta be prepared. You have to have self-esteem. You have to know thyself. You can't get on this path and don't know who you are. Because this path is not built for people that don't know who they are. Because quickly, you're gonna fall off. Because they're gonna be rooting for you to fail. Your lower self is set up that way. It's not for the course. This is life. Remember I told you that. Stay strong. Intense it gets. Eliana and I used to it. We don't even pay attention to her. She's
Hello.
Hey.
First of all, I would like to say, Ra, you are not ugly. You are a beautiful woman. And if she was watching, she would know you're not from Nigeria, okay? My real name is Teresa Khalil. The last name is Khalil. I'm married to an African man that's from Liberia. African people are beautiful people. They have beautiful souls and they are strong people, okay? Now, I'm sorry. That just really pissed me off that this lady would waste her time to call you to try and degrade you. But clearly, all these negative ass people that's watching is watching your lives. Eliana, you a grown ass woman. Ain't nobody forcing you to be there. Okay? Chief ain't got no gun to none of y'all heads to make y'all be there. Y'all are there because y'all want to be there. Okay? So, all these negative ass people, block them, fuck them. I'm 49 years old. And that woman, I'm 49 years old, and therefore all of y'all are old enough to be my children. I don't look 49 not if you look at my picture, but I'm 49 years old, okay? A lot of these negative ass people is my age. Like, get a fucking life, go play with your grandchildren, like I play with mine, grow the fuck up, and quit disrespecting y'all. All of y'all are beautiful. There is not one ugly soul there, from men to women. All of y'all are beautiful people, so when people say that shit to y'all, give them the fuck you finger, if y'all can see it, fuck you, and keep on moving. Yeah. I love myself.
I'm thankful.
I'm thankful.
Alright. Wow. She really set it off. Facts. No printer. No printer. Facts. No printer. Wow. That was amazing. And you know that the girl that said that, her name is Yada White. But I know that's not Yada White because Yada White wouldn't even be that negative. Oh, I don't know. Peace reflection.
Peace reflections.
Peace reflection.
Hi, Eliana. Hi. Yeah, I don't like that. Say I'm African. Say I'm Congolese. And I'm beautiful. Congratulations, baby, you guys.
Thankful. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
and it's nice to meet you, Ron. Fuck these hoes. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Y'all, Eliana, you gotta stay strong, sister. I know how it feels that after I had my baby, my emotions was up, down, side by side. When you start to feel like, you know, you on this roller coaster ride emotionally, maybe you need some time to just take some time to yourself. When I used to get like that, I used to just be like, y'all, let me get me some space. I used to go take me a nice little bath, or I used to just go in my room with my baby and I lock it down. I call it shutdown time. When I get like that, because I got like that with all three of my children. So, you know what I mean? When you start feeling like you're on this roller coaster ride, you understand what I'm saying?
No, that's great advice. We appreciate that for real.
Yeah. So that way, you know, so it don't misconstrue like she's being angry. But I know what she's like. I'm not saying I know how you feel, Eliana. That's not what I'm trying to say. Well, I'm just giving you my how I felt when I.
That was really good advice. That was really good advice. We appreciate that.
Maybe sometimes after you have a baby, you just need time to yourself for you and your baby. Strip butt naked, girl. Strip that baby butt naked. Go in the room and just lay together. Girl, we used to be sitting there just spread out butt naked on the bed. And that's just our time. Shit.
That's right. That's real.
Girl, but I love you guys. You guys stay strong. Do not let them, stop letting them demons into y'all's business. I know y'all better than any reality show out there. I'm telling you, y'all be getting right now.
Hey,
you talking about an island chief? I swear to God, they will pay for your island for real. That island you dreamed of, them motherfuckers will pay you that check, that guap. They tell me you better take that check.
Shit. I don't know.
You better take that check. They gon' throw out a big number, I'm telling you. You better than Love and Hip Hop, fucking, what's the other ones, y'all?
I don't know. But look, it's about to end. I gotta open up another one.
All right, y'all. I love myself.
I love myself. Thank you for the positivity.
Right, space for music, candles, and just chill.
Did you know you can do a live without comments?
I never
You just hit these three buttons right here and you turn the comments off.
Okay. So, Act 1 is in the books, family. What is y'all saying about that?
You have to show that to your daughter. I have 3 daughters.
So Act 1 is in the books.
Withhold.
Act 1 is in the books. Let's go to the comments. Let's go to the live chat here. Let's go to the live chat. Doble Problema says, this is better than Love and Hip Hop. Sexy Star. I don't think the caller was staged. Ra is very, very ugly, inside and out. Wow. Okay. Marvis Darren says, it's obvious that this shit is all staged and always have been. The joke has been on us. That may very well be true. Sexy Star says, I don't think Velvet staged leaving. That was very fake. She said, I do think Velvet staged leaving. That was very fake to get a response. I believe that as well. Double A says, the plug is about to rear his head and wait for it. Wow. Also, notice all the callers are faceless. Since when does he do that? He doesn't do that at all. You have to be facing Natureboy. You have to not be smoking. You have to be looking at him, paying attention to him. Don't wear hats on your head. Like, he's very strict about that sort of thing, usually. Now, all of a sudden, the jig is up. You know what I mean? The cat's out of the bag. So you got to go ahead and just, okay, well, you know, fuck it. Just come talk to me. Aria's, God's daughter says, I noticed his views had dropped a few days ago. Then the thing with Pure and Solar, shake my head. He needs those views and donations to keep coming. I put nothing past him. Sexy Star said, Raw is a monster. Dope Blade Problema says, KC says, she's going to keep crying wolf, and when she's really ready to leave, no one is going to be there to help. Because I'm sure her family is getting fed up with her putting them down. Right, yeah. New Jersey Fun Friendly says, poor Velvet, she has no support if she wanted to leave because all the people he lets in co-sign his BS. Wow. Sexy Star, fake ass IG bootleg reality ghetto show. Yes, Doble, we were watching Ra's body language that entire time. Ra has a body language of someone who is, like you said, acting, coached, sit up straight, you know, make sure you have good posture. Make sure you're over Eliana. Make sure Eliana looks distraught and that you're comforting her. They're really trying to plug Ra in to be something special here because they can't do it with Aya. She's not as smart. The other girl, Nubian's girl, like Nubian, I think Nubian is on the verge of getting ready to fight, you know, Natureboy about his girl because she ready to fuck Natureboy. And so, and the other girl, the other women there, they just don't fit the part. They just don't fit the part. But Ra, having been polite sister, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, and I haven't really heard much from her yet, but I'm already hip. That I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty aware that when she starts talking, it's gonna be powerful. People are gonna start listening to it. Anyway. New Jersey Fun Friendly says, I can't believe people want to see people in abusive relationships. I don't know if it's necessarily that I want to see people in abusive relationships. I just want to see what's going to happen next. I don't know if that makes sense. New Jersey Fun Friendly says, these people call in, want Velvet to stay in an abusive sister-wives relationship. Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, they kick this shit off for views and donations. The caller just said he's plotting on getting an island. Yeah, he said that on several lives. I remember him saying that. This is too much, yet we can't look away. You said it, brother. Okay, now, for everybody who's going to stick around with me, I really appreciate you for doing so. If you haven't done so already, I don't know. People are saying that's polite sister for real. Like, I don't know. Like, people are saying that's polite sister. I'm not really sure. But we're getting ready for Act 2. Coming up. If you're staying with me, go ahead and put a like on the video. Share it out if you don't mind. If you want to do that. We're going into Act 2.
That and take it to the
F.
Right, space for music.
Did you know you could do a live without comments?
I never knew
You just hit these 3 buttons right here and you turn the comments off.
I never knew that.
They are not allowed to comment. Just simply cut it off or cut it on.
Is that an update?
Yeah, that's an update, I guess. Hey, what's up, Egypt? the real punishment, right? Turn them comments off. If you like.
Hello.
Peace reflection.
Peace reflection. Oh my God. When I tell y'all had me crying for like the last 3 hours. This is not fair. Not fair. I just want to say that I'm Muslim for one thing, okay? And I've been Muslim for, I've been Muslim for 23 years. And in my religion, we practice polygamy. And Eliana, I just want to tell you that the chief, he chose you as chiefess for a reason. Withhold that title and take it to the higher power. Don't let nobody take you off that pedestal. You are the leader. You have to show your sisters what it is to be a chiefess. You know what I'm saying? You have to show that to your daughter. I have 3 daughters. And my daughters watch me every day. And I'm growing every day. And I want to also let you know that I know what it's like to have a husband who had more than one wife. I know what it's like. And it's hard. Jealousy comes in different levels. It comes in different levels. You just have to distinguish within yourself what those levels are. It's just sad. It's sad because y'all practice the same thing that we practice, but y'all doing it better than what the Muslim men out here doing it. Don't come back. Don't come back to the United States. I'm begging you not to come back to the United States. Please do not come back. Let me tell you, these men over here is allowed to have up to 4 wives, and they supposed to treat them fairly. They don't do that here. They don't do that here. If I could pick up today and leave, and I've been watching y'all for like the past month now. Dude, I've been contemplating like that. Like, do they like big girls? Can I come near? I just pick my kids up and just come near.
For long, like I said, like it ain't no such thing.
And that's another thing. And Eliana, every woman has insecurities. You have to distinguish what your insecurities are and acknowledge it and let your sisters help you with it. You're not depressed. You're not depressed. My mother passed away in 2016, and I thought I was depressed. I was not depressed.
Philly?
I'm from Philly.
I can hear your accent.
Oh, I got an accent. That's the first time I ever heard that.
Nah, I know. No, I'm saying I know Philly people. Y'all say stuff.
Don't let her in there. Keep her there. No matter how much she bitch and moan and cry and want to be stubborn, just continue to be patient with her. Do not let her come back, and don't bring that baby back, because it's worse. These niggas over here killing kids. They dying off every day. I have to get up and pray every morning to make sure that my kids are safe. I got to pray every night. The times that we living in over here,
that's real.
if I can get up and move and pack and bring my kids, I know my kids will be safe. Don't.
Are y'all sure this shit is not staged? Like these callers, like Doble said earlier, since when does he let callers call in and not show their face? Number one, these are all older women, it seems like. Number two, and they're just calling in and giving Natureboy all this praise and just happen to have the perfect things to say. It seems very staged. Absolutely. Like, they're in Mexico. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Absolutely. Everybody in the chat, you're saying that absolutely what I'm thinking. Anyway, let's get back into Act 2 here.
Don't come back over here. It's not worth it. You are living the life of luxury. I'm not even going to say like on a budget, because y'all live your life basically how I live my life. If I can save as much money as y'all be saving,
Exactly. Everybody's face like on a budget. Shit, we getting paid, motherfucker. We getting money. Yeah.
Yo, she said I ain't even gonna say on a budget.
listen, I'm trying, because I bargain shop. But listen, girl, oh my God. Don't come back. You literally had me in here crying like 3 3 hours. I'm like, no, don't talk to her like that. Like, just give her a little space. She'll be okay. She just mad right now. Like, I was talking to y'all through the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you got a real man. We don't got those over here no more. You have a real man. Cherish that man. And granted, it's going to be hard. It's going to be extra, extra, extra hard. You got to take it day by day. Don't let nobody take you off your square. Don't let nobody or the devil bring you back over here.
After that, VH1 gonna hit us up.
Trying to tell you, I'm about to at Mona Scott right now. Shit. For real. But I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. Keep it up.
Yeah. I love myself.
They probably already in contact with Mona Scott. Y'all saw that little eye contact they made when she said that name? They probably already in contact with Mona Scott. Double says in every live except this one, you can call and don't show your face, and your call is dropped. Why is this live different? Absolutely, I agree with you there.
Wow, Lovejoy, she cool. Look, all the haters gone. They gone. The haters gone, y'all. The haters gone, y'all. The haters, the demons, they left. They probably on their own pages now. They talking about stupid shit.
Peace reflection.
Peace, Egypt. What's going on?
What's up? Oh my gosh, this has been an emotional roller coaster all day. Y'all can't be doing this. Y'all can't be doing this to us. Like,
it's part of the whole thing. It's part
literally, I'm in the shower watching. Like, y'all can't do that. Like, Eliana, you are a beautiful person. You are an amazing person. And as a woman, we all have our thoughts. But we have to control our self-talk. And if you don't have nobody hyping you up, even though Chief be hyping you up, you gotta hype yourself up. You gotta be that for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you beautiful, and I totally understand because you're strong. You stronger than me, and you stronger than most. You stronger than 99%. But that's putting you in the 1%, and that puts you in the elite. And you are, through you, hell, I'm learning about myself. I'm learning, like, girl, it's nothing that you're doing is, like, out of the ordinary, in my opinion. You're just going through the motions of deprogramming yourself to actually have what you've asked for to be in your universe. Yeah. You're not gonna get to leave. Like, we not gonna let you leave. We ain't taking you back. Okay? You can't come back here. It's not for you. That's why you vibrated there in the first place. It's not for you. You are meant to be exactly where you are, and you are around people that love you, care about you, and they think on a higher level. You ain't gonna find that. Like, it ain't. I can't tell you what to do because you're your own person, but you gotta realize what love actually look like. And love look like the people that are around you right now. That's why I'm trying to get my ass out there with y'all. Because that's what love is.
We know you're going to be here soon.
That's what love is. That's what love look like. That baby in your arms that look exactly like your husband, that's love. You giving him his child. That's love. Her right over, right behind your back, holding you down. That's love. Because this is the thing. You're going to go through things. You're going to have feelings. You're going to have emotions. That's just what we are. Don't ignore it.
When you coming, Egypt?
Huh?
When you leave. Don't tell them. Just leave. Don't tell nobody nothing.
Look, nah. Why my ex was like, yeah, I see you all in they chat rooms. If you go down there, he was talking mad shit. Now, when I'm down there, he gonna be like, damn, I'll let her go. Because he be on the same shit as you, Chief. You feel me? He be on the same shit. But, you know, niggas be jealous when they can't.
You let him hold you back, though. You gotta let that go. That's your sacrifice. You know this. It's something better for that.
Sorry, no, I'm not ready. I'm not strong enough. But you are, Eliana. I just want you to understand, like, what you feeling is 100% normal. But you have to mentally get through that. You know what I'm saying? You a queen.
You are strong enough. Why you say you're not strong enough?
Man. You making me say that I'm not strong enough.
New Jersey, fun friendly. You just said something right there. I see why churches pop up like subways now, and I do too. You got hurt people out here. You got sad people, emotional people, with nowhere to go, out of luck, fucked up. And somebody comes and says, hey, I'll give you solace. I'll give you solitude. I'll give you peace. I'll give you somewhere to sleep tonight. I'll give you some food. I'll give you some clothes. You know who can do that for you? Jesus. No, Jesus didn't do that for me. You just did. And then you told me about Jesus. But they don't want to acknowledge that. A person, a human being helped me. But you want to tell me some invisible pie in the sky entity. Man, whatever. Let's keep going.
Right. You are. No, you strong.
When you say it,
like,
when you say it.
I look up to you, like, genuinely.
No, when you say that.
I'm strong enough to leave, y'all. I'll be there soon enough. Y'all just gotta give me this much more time. This much.
Hey.
But no, I just really, like, girl, Chiefess, you gotta really just lead the way because of the simple fact, I look up to you. You're younger than me, and I see a lot of, like, myself and you, and I understand a lot of the stuff that you go through is just because your age. And with you being so young, you haven't had them heartbreaks that show you, like, you on the right path. You don't want to get off the right path, get on the wrong path, and then realize, damn.
You haven't had them heartbreaks. She just said it. You haven't had those experiences.
Yeah, you haven't had it, so you don't really understand.
You don't know how good you are.
Yeah, but you ain't missing out on no heartbreak, baby. You ain't missing out on it, okay? You got a man that love you. And not only does he love you, you have other women that love you too. I love you. I'm in love with you. And I'll say it to the day I die. You're a beautiful person. And any woman that comes into your relationship, they want to have an understanding like yours. Don't ever get that twisted. Like, you are the blueprint. That's it. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? You are lovely. You are beautiful. Every woman there is beautiful. Y'all all bring your own spice to the pot, and y'all are carbonation. Y'all are the shit. Like, period.
Yo, we are
And
the
just
shit.
remember
We
that.
are the shit. Don't be making yourself exempt from my family. And don't be saying shit like, I can't do it. Don't say that shit.
I mean, you know I can't. It's literally, you have to go through so much deprogramming to really
It's okay,
be like,
when you get enough pain, you gonna
right.
be like,
Never lie.
right.
All right, well,
It's okay.
I love myself.
I love myself. Thank you. I'm thankful.
I love y'all.
Damn, we forgot to plant them seeds. Y'all want to go out there and do it now? It's gonna be dark. You can do the light.
Yes, I do remember Natureboy speaking about this last week, and I also want to reference a comment by Miss Khalil Bilal, Mr. or Mrs. Khalil Bilal. You made a comment saying that I need to catch up, that Jazzy G and the father have informed, and I want to make this announcement. Apparently, Jazzy G and the father have informed the Mexican consulate and also the FBI. So they are watching this situation very closely. Apparently, they are watching for possible child endangerment, possible threats against women, abuse of women, abuse of things. So I was aware of that situation. I haven't reported on it yet because I haven't even caught up with this. I've been catching these things in bits and pieces as I've been going through the week because I haven't been able, like I told you guys earlier, I haven't been able to report as consistently as I usually have, but I have been catching these stories. And like you said, it is pretty much a confirmed thing that Jazzy G and the father, Pops, as he's affectionately known as, have gone to the Mexican consulate and the FBI, and they are trying to produce receipts of emotional abuse, physical abuse, child endangerment, these kinds of things to get Natureboy shut down. I think that I don't know what's real or what's fake anymore. I don't know if Jazzy G and Pops aren't in on it, and this is all just another act in the play. I don't know if YP coming in and finding that quote unquote roach and all of these different add-ons and side stories and spin-offs are, and Uncle Black, all that drama. I don't know if all of this are side spin-offs of the play, if this is real or perceived, or if these people are really, in each other's inbox, like, hey man, great job today with the, man, you really sold it. I have no idea if that's what's going on. Let's just continue. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well.
Let's do it. Let's not go to sleep now.
Let's go.
Yo, let's plant these seeds, guys. We coming out there. The woman want to still do it. We got the flashlight. Let's get it. Alright. Can somebody grab this and chop up? Be careful. Ready?
Go play properly now.
Oh,
Probably right there.
Hey.
I'm a Pisces and a Taurus moon.
I'm gonna fast forward past some of this, guys, just a little bit. So you guys can tell me, because like I said,
Also this one?
you guys can tell me, because like I said, I was catching up on this. I wanted to catch up because I'd heard all this different stuff was going on. We had a pretty good catch-up session today. Is there anything else interesting on these last live and a half from last night? Or should I jump right into Jazzy G and try to figure out Jazzy G and Pops and try to figure out some more information on that? Jump into researching that a little bit more. What do you guys think? He said, man, that was bad acting. I'm just waiting for them to break out the crack pipe and hit it. Okay. Khalil Balil says, Khalila Bilal. So I'm thinking this is a woman. She says, you don't have to meet you my name. My ego does it. Neither credit. But you can say one of my viewers I would prefer. You don't have to. Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
No. Also that one.
She says, honestly, I just like the way you present your information, like I told you over the phone. Oh, and you were in my phone conversation. Okay, I got that. Thank you so much for that phone. Thank you so much for that phone call the other day. I got a great phone call from a viewer, and she was saying, just wanted to talk about the whole conversation, the whole thing. We really had a great conversation about it. I really appreciate you being here, and yeah, once I'm able to bring that live call-in shows like I used to do, once I'm able to bring those back to the channel, I think that would be really great. I haven't been able, there's been a lot going on, but once I'm able to bring that back to the channel, we're really gonna mix it up in here and start talking about a lot of this. Khalila Balil says, I will in the near future put a very small book together to help the women that she works with. That's very good. KC says, I don't care about Jazzy. She said she put a hex on someone. That was in her comments. And I'm like, damn, I have enough shit to deal with. I don't need a damn hex. Making just for making a comment. So I haven't been back. Oh, she said she was going to put a hex on you in a comment? Wow. Khalila Balal says she's worked with women that are victims of sexual, psychological abuse, emotional, and she uses this information to help them.
We're going to be right back.
I think what I'll do is maybe cover just a little bit of what's going on with Pops and Jazzy, just for a sec. You know, I don't want to do too much because I don't want to. This wasn't a Jazzy G episode, but I did want to find out what, you know. There was something said the other day about having Pops back on, and I wanted to see what they were saying about that. Let's see. Pops finally figures out live, speaks to Velvet. What?
Damn. Baby girl, listen up. Everybody makes mistakes. It's alright to make a mistake because that's how you learn. I need you to learn from this mistake and move on. Ain't nobody judging you. Ain't nobody trying to hurt you in no kind of way. Alright? All you gotta do is get to that consulate. I got you. I already told the people you coming. I have a contact there. They are waiting on you. I can't say the lady name on live.
Aubrey, boy, I tell you.
Damn. Baby girl, listen up. Everybody makes mistakes. It's alright to make a mistake because that's how you learn. I need you to learn from this mistake and move on. Ain't nobody judging you. Ain't nobody trying to hurt you in no kind of way. Alright? All you gotta do is get to that consulate. I got you. I already told the people you coming. I have a contact there. They are waiting on you. I can't say the lady name on live. I've been trying to call on this WhatsApp to get through to y'all because I don't want to do it on the live like you're trying to get me to do it. But I need you to understand something. I support you with all my heart. We'll figure it out, Val. We'll figure it out. And all I need you to do is get to that counselor, baby girl. I got you. Alright? If you don't want to come back to the States, that's fine. We got somewhere for you to go. And it's going to be more in nature than where you are. Trust me. Trust me. You're going to be around family and people that love you. Okay? People that's not trying to dog you out and stuff. Alright? They're not trying to dog you out. They're not trying to take advantage of, not trying to slide up in your ear and say all these sweet nothings. Alright? It's time for you and that baby to get out of there. Alright? Get to the embassy. He said he was gonna bring you. I don't know how much mistreatment you need, Val. I don't know how much you need to go through. But get to that embassy, and I got you from there, okay? The people are waiting on it. I love you with all my heart.
So apparently Pops has contacted the embassy, and they're in wherever they are, Mexico, whatnot. Wow. So she was saying just yesterday they own it. Okay, so she really hasn't said much about young Pharaoh in a while. Young Pharaoh has been taking little jabs at her lately, but not necessarily taking jabs at her. He does bring her name up because it's one of the more recent beefs that he went through. I think Jazzy has, for the most part, left it alone. He did say she did say some things on Instagram that were coming at him a little bit, but she's kind of left the whole thing alone. I think that's a good thing for her. I think that's the best thing for her. I think for her to follow her lane, follow what it is that she does best. Get on the camera and talk. Like, that's what you do best. Like, it wouldn't matter what Jazzy talks about. She's good at talking to people. That's her gift. And the fans of her are fans of her for that reason. They probably don't even realize that. I'm sure they realize it on some level. But they might think that they're there for Natureboy or for narc grooming or this and that and the third. No, she's just really good at talking to people, and being personable and at running a YouTube campaign. Because that's what these things are. You're trying to be consistent, you're trying to be professional, you're trying to be courteous, you're trying to present the information in a way that's going to be entertaining and palatable. And also, you got to do it all the time. Like, people want their videos, man. Y'all want, like, you scrolling down your YouTube. Okay, where's my video? And then if I'm not gonna get it from Jazzy G, okay, here's somebody else who got what I want. And next thing you know, you're not watching Jazzy G anymore. You're watching this person. And some people get bitter about that. That's what you see all these little YouTube wars popping up here recently. You're stealing my subscribers. Nobody's stealing your subscribers. People subscribe to what they want to. Anyway, let's see if we can find out what's been going on Insta with... Oh, we got a little bit of liveness. All right, let's go.
And they ain't gonna have time for it. First of all, the damn government don't give a fuck about black people. That's the first thing you know from Massa. Massa don't give a damn about you. He done showed you that he done killed you down the street. If it was a white girl, it'd be different. But Eliana's a black girl. They don't goddamn care about black girls like and the black boys like that. So y'all ain't got nowhere to run to after that was really the case. It's just sad, but it's true. They don't really give enough attention to black people. You black, they gonna continue to run around. But let it be a little white girl. They would have been up this motherfucker.
Right.
I had this little Caucasian girl staying with me in Costa Rica. When her parents wanted her back, nigga, the whole Canada stood up. It was crazy. That's how I got most of my following, from that little white girl that was with me. And they got her out of there. And it was crazy. It was like, I let her go. Like, it was too much press. It was crazy.
Right.
But, and she was a little off. She was a little off. So I had to, tell her, you need to go back, because, yeah, it was getting crazy. The whole Canada. And I was like, wow. And I seen the black woman come, and all the black women that came to me, none of their parents made a big deal out of it.
Right.
And now that I see one that is making a big deal out of it, they're on like trolls page.
Yes, I'd love that page where you're talking about where you have the document, where they've got the documents or whatever. I'd love to be able to see that, or at least hear somebody talking about it to get more, because I don't know anything about it. To have him deported, and you're saying there's documents drafted to get him deported and arrested. I think that's very interesting, and I'd like to either see the documents or hear somebody that knows about them speak about them. So yes, absolutely. If you could set that up, my email, I will put it in the comments here. Oh, it's a YouTube page. Okay, just put it in the comments and I'll go to it. Just put the link in the comments there, and I will go to it. And we'll watch it right now.
Making a big deal out of it. Nigga, if my daughter was fucked up and I thought my daughter was fucked up, I'm not going to no trolls page. Nigga, I'm going to the FBI the first time. Nigga, if I feel like my daughter's in danger, I'm going to the FBI the first time. And at the end of the day,
King,
here's the problem with
it's cool. I let people. I used to didn't want all the
FBI is.
I used to didn't want all the negativity in my room, and I had moderators to keep everybody But now I'm just like, if you want to argue in the chat, I have no problem with that. You have to be able to defend yourself in the chat. I really can't delete, and how people like doing all that stuff. I can't do that right now anyway because I'm on the phone. Like I'm in a different situation than I was a week ago. So I just can't do anything about it anyway. So it is what it is. And it's not even about fighting in the chats or anything like that. I hate to even use that term. It's more about these conversations that we can have. They can sometimes get heated. They can sometimes get. It can sometimes feel like the person that you're talking to isn't listening, and we have to understand that they want to get their point across too. So I found a lot of times if you just listen and let somebody get it all out, then you can come back and talk to them, and they're better to receive it. I'm trying to learn that at least. I'm learning myself. I got a whole journey. This whole next year for me is going to be a crazy journey, and I'm glad that I'm doing this whole YouTube venture now because now I'll be able to document it, blog it, give you guys a real look inside the mirror, inside. Turn the camera around, basically. Stop, we're watching Natureboy, but shit, you might be watching me, struggling for a while. Here coming up pretty soon. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Going to do the research.
And do you guys think that he is nervous about having this paperwork on him? Like I said, show me where the paperwork is.
Like you think massively care about this. Throw the case away. I'm like, oh, I got it. Because they have business to do. The FBI has real shit to do. The FBI has real.
So we got the Melanated High Priestess page. We're going to go to that real quick because that is what Doble Problema says. I had heard about Melanated High Priestess. She has been on my radar for several weeks here. I'm subbed and everything. At least I thought I was. I may not be. But she has been on my radar for a while here. I've been wanting to reach out to different YouTubers and actually do different, kind of things with them. Yeah, no, I'm not subscribed, but I am now. Let me turn my bell icon on. Always remember to do that, man. When you subscribe to people, always remember to hit that bell. Because, it's different when you subscribe to, ESPN and they send, 15 videos out at a time. That's going to get annoying when you get the bell. But when it's, a small-time YouTuber, make sure to hit the bell because they might not drop 15 videos a day. They might only drop 1 or 2 videos a day. And YouTube algorithms will put them out of the way in favor of those ones that drop 15 videos a day unless you are popping that notification button. It's crazy. I don't know why they do that. But anyway, let's see the documents here. Which one is it, Doble? Child porn. Oh, wow. Okay. And then military activities. The dark side of Natureboy. Which one is that? Okay. This one right here, the first one up? Okay. Natureboy wants. Okay, let's watch this shit.
Hey, it's your girl, the Melanated High Priestess, coming back at you with more carbonation awareness. So for today's video, I'm calling all Spanish speakers. Anybody out there that can speak Spanish and translate, I am asking for your assistance. Because we got some new information that came all the way from Mexico. People standing up and wanting to speak out and have justice served against carbonation. So again, this is going to take a village if we truly want to end this situation with carbonation. So again, calling anybody that can speak Spanish and translate. Hit my inbox, it will be in the description. Okay, so I'm going to leave the email that I received up on the screen for a while so I can just let it just sit there so you guys can go through and read it yourself. So again, anybody that is out there that can speak Spanish, hit my inbox and I'll forward you the information so that we can work together as a team, put all of our skills together so that we can bring justice to the situation with carbonation.
All right, let me read this. It says, "Good night. I have been in chute mail all day to go through the steps of reporting. Hold on. Through the steps all day. I'm gonna turn the comments off for a brief second, guys, so I can get through this. Sorry about that. All right. I have been through the chute mail all day to go through the steps of reporting the incident of sexual exploitation of baby Eliana Bishop February 5th. Because I've been in this area, it was an all-day process because it requires an intake session to get to know who I am, who are my children, and the status of my 28-year marriage. If someone outside of Mexico wishes to report an incident of abuse that has occurred within the country of Mexico, here is the contact info and the process. Email address to contact is, there's an email address there. This is the office of Fiscalía para los Delitos de Violencia contra Mujeres de Trata de Persons. So that is the facility of violent crimes against mothers and children and families. My loose translation, my bad translation. They will need scan of an official ID to verify that you are indeed yourself. 2, description of what type of abuse that you wish to report. 3, who is the perpetrator? 4, who are the victims? 5, when did the incident occur? 6, where did it occur? 7, what is the relationship to the perpetrator or victim? 8, supporting documentation, i.e. videos, compiled documents, etc. Please share this information with anyone who wishes to report an incident of abuse that has occurred in Mexico. Also, Demon Slayer, thank you very much for your clip you posted regarding baby Eliana. I reported to Humanium and also the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Okay, so this is one message so far in this timeline here. Let's go back and see if there was another that I should have read. No, this one was just up for a while. It's the same one. Okay, now let's go back here and let the video continue.
So again, anybody that is out there that can speak Spanish, hit my inbox and I'll forward you the information so that we can work together as a team, put all of our skills together so that we can bring justice to the situation with carbonation.
Okay, comments back on. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Now, I guess this is the part of the video where they...
I want to truly commend you for stepping up and using your voice in such a powerful way that it creates a change in the world for the positive. Just because you took that time to speak out against things that create cycles of trauma. So again, kudos to you for using that voice. I truly appreciate you taking the time to email me this information. So again, anybody that can translate Spanish, please hit my inbox. Again, it will be in the description so that we can work together as a team, as a village, so that we can get justice with this carbonation situation. So until next time, much peace and much love.
Okay, so that's the melanated high priestess. She has made a video saying that the Mexican... But now, what's up, man? What's up, Marquise Dillinger? Doble, everybody in the room, man. Now, what I want to see is the video where he apparently has exploited the child. I want to see that video. I guess this.
Hey, it's your girl, the Melanated High Priestess, coming back at you with more carbonation awareness. So something was brought to my attention that I found extremely disturbing. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump straight into it. So on Don't Turn Me Petty on Instagram, she posted a clip from a live. But also, this is also coming from Mr. Eligio, bitch booty bandit Bishop himself. He says, Eligio by nature, Eliana loves at Aya by nature. Energy so much, she pacifies off her nipple to fall asleep. At Nana by nature is producing so much milk, she keeps throwing up. Just trying to keep Passy off her nipple. And then along came Aya, aka the Passa Aya. When I seen this, I was like, amazing! The haters will absolutely love this. Do you hear this fuck shit this idiot is saying? I mean, do you seriously hear this shit? All you followers that are still donating money, you need to reevaluate yourself. If you are trying to donate money to him, you are donating to the problem. So let's go ahead and play the video.
Wonderful how you do your raps. They want to know how you tie your raps. If you guys can do those. Oh shit, somebody said your name is Pacifier. Pacifier. That's her name. Oh, that was hard. I'll put in that comment. That's your heart. Mia said that. What's up, Mia? Be wonderful.
Not her baby. Not even lactating. Not to mention the health concerns. Y'all, I'm so done. I am so beyond done. If this doesn't make you want to speak out, then you're not really about that change. You truly do not want change, because if you truly do, you would see this as a freaking problem. So I also want to discuss erotic lactation. Erotic lactation is sexual arousal by breastfeeding on a woman's breast, depending on the context.
Now, I want to pause the video for a second and say I did see that image. I did. I saw that image. I did not see the live that it happened on, but I definitely saw that image. I was all over Instagram. People were definitely, reposting it. It definitely got on Don't Turn Me Petty page, and a couple other people have, and I guess YouTubers made videos in regards to it. I decided not to make a video about it because I didn't want to. I saw it and I didn't want to see it no more. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like I didn't like that one. Like there's a lot of things they do that I can be down with, I can agree with, and it's a lot of stuff. It's like, nah, I can't be down with that. You know. And with that being said, I didn't know that this is what they were talking about. And if this is child porn, then now it's on my page.
Practice can also be referred
That's
to as adult suckling, adult nursing, and adult breastfeeding. Practitioners sometimes refer to themselves as being in an adult nursing relationship. To two persons in an exclusive relationship can be called a nursing couple. I want to read this. Lactation pornography. While lactation does appear in pornography, it is a specialty niche and is considered taboo by many because of its proximity to incest in children. Most breast representation are without milk and bound in the media in an erotic way, both in and out of pornography. Just something you might want to really think about. For those people who are still trying to support carbonation. You can also go onto www.ussc.gov and you can check out the Sex Offenses Against Children's Act. Because also, again, we have to build our case. And these are little crumbs that they're leaving for us. We just have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay, what they're doing is a sex act against a child. And we have it documented. Use it, people. Use your voice. Get loud. So I also want to read this. This is on www.drmama.com.
Kalila, I don't have it. I don't have Melanated High Priestess's number, but I will try to, later on when I get done with the live, post her link in the description, so that way people can try to get in contact with her that way. I try to put my number in all the descriptions or whatnot, or some kind of email or something, but I haven't been doing a great job of that lately. Let's see here. Don't post if you don't want your business known, Cruella Angel says. Yeah, very true. KC says, that's crazy. As a mother, I would have never allowed that. That's disgusting. I agree. I get that. The sweetest Jersey girl said, he's not doing it to be perverted. Y'all real extra. Would I fold it? But y'all all up in their business. Marquise Dillinger says, the comment is just weird, but Aya would have never had her nipple exposed to that baby. But Aya should have never had her nipple exposed to that baby. I agree with that as well. I think it was a very weird situation. Like, why, babies don't need pacifiers. Pacifier is a modern invention, and it's true. There used to be people that would suckle, the baby would suckle on the teat for pacification as well as nutrition. But there's a way, I think, to make that happen. I'm not a woman. I don't know all about mammary glands and lactation. But I'm sure there is a way to make things happen to where you don't have to put another woman doesn't have to put her nipple in your baby's mouth. I don't know if that's going back to the nature thing, and I have no idea. Maybe you guys can answer that question for me. It looked like a very erotic thing. It looked like something that was done for shock value. And even like you said, Marquise Dillinger, the comment itself, the haters gonna be mad at this one. Like, why would you even want that? Like, why is that even a thing? KC says, my son did not use a pacifier. Oh, wow. Anyway, let's continue with Melanated High Priestess.
Org. So, sexual assault of infants, because again, this can happen. Babies under the age of 3 is different from pedophilia. Sexual arousal, contact with pre-pubescent children over the age of, over the age of 3, experts working with sex crimes and psychopathology state that this form of infant rape seems to occur because the rapist does not see the baby before him as a boy or a girl, a baby or a toddler, or even as a human being. He or she is merely another opening into which to get off on. It is the ultimate cause of using and abusing another human being. Sadly, and obviously, the question is often brought up in many cases. How could someone physically penetrate a baby? After all, this tiny newborn has a very tiny everything. And as horrifying as it is, that is exactly what appeals to those raping infants. The tight, small space. This form of sexual assault would obviously hurt a baby to extremes like none
Wow, Melanated High Priestess is going in.
other. Baby
She spares no expense at trying. I think tactics like this are the ones that work for bringing down, cult institutions. And, professionalism, bringing facts that are, tangible and true. And it can be shocking because of how true it is. Think about what Dave Chappelle says at the end of every joke. It's funny because it's true. He used to say that at the end of every joke. I mean, because, things usually are funny because they're true. Things usually are sad because they're true, or shocking in this case.
Dreams. Do all they can to get away. Responses that are the same as those of a baby who's getting circumcised, okay? Babies have feelings. They feel that shit. And again, this can happen. So don't live in a fairy tale world where you think that babies can't get raped. Babies don't get molested. Because it can happen. And we are seeing it play out right in front of us. So I'm also going to pull this up. So I'm not going to read the whole thing because I was reading some of it and, it's creepy as fuck. I don't know who the fuck wrote this shit, but it's pretty fucking creepy to me. So this is on www.LiteroTica.com, and it's titled Penis Feeding, Daughters at School. Weird shit, people. Shit like this exists. People like this actually exist. And this is why we have to speak up and protect our young. So, this is an article, some creepy shit that was written by some creeper that's comparing penis feeding to breastfeeding. There are, the whole moral to me bringing this up, there are people out there who get off on this type of stuff. And we cannot turn the cheek to this. We have to address the situation. And again, if we want the situation to end, we have to speak up. They're giving us ammo to use, people. Now it's time to use our voices. We have all the stuff documented, all the videos, because they've been going at this for many years. Okay, we have to actually put some action in so that we can end this, so it does not continue, because that baby doesn't have a choice. Okay? That baby is over there by itself.
So, what is penis feeding? I'm trying to read this article here. That's what I'm going to do in just a second here. I'm trying to let her talk, but I'm going to read this article as well. And try to find out what penis feeding is. I don't want to be too graphic. I really don't want to be too graphic on here. I'm going to let you guys be the judge on that. Do you guys want to hear that? I don't know. Let's get to the live chat really quickly, and then we'll come back to that. Let's start here. Marquise Dillinger says, the whole family turns my stomach, literally. Khalila Bilal says, that picture of the baby sucking a non-lactating woman is enough for the authorities to come in there and investigate. I absolutely agree with that. It should be. Should be. Pharaoh Cash says, what? I don't know what we're talking about there. If they are sent to the Mexican authorities or the FBI, that's going to be used as evidence when they start charging the tribe. Yes, it will be. Absolutely. And I'm glad that we have a lot of this. I'm glad that the information age is upon us where we can document a lot of this stuff to where, people can't get away with crap like this. He tells himself he wants a reality. He tells on himself he wants a reality show. he stated he will get one soon. He does things for shock value. I absolutely agree with that. I've been saying that for the last 2 months, maybe. I've been covering the story for maybe about 5 to 6 months. You probably won't see that reflective on my YouTube channel, but if you go back to my Facebook page, which I was running a different type of live show, I was talking about him there as well, but it wasn't the same response as when I started talking about him on YouTube. When I started talking about it on YouTube, I really didn't know that the community of Natureboy was that large. Like I said, I had just mentioned him. I remember the Africa Bambaataa situation had happened, and Poppy Hassan had started to become popular on YouTube and all this stuff because of all the, Africa Bambaataa stuff. And next thing I know, I saw Natureboy videos start popping up, and I'm like, okay, no, it was the Natureboy Young Pharaoh feud that really made me start commenting on him on YouTube, because I had been commenting on him on Facebook the whole time, and YouTube, when Young Pharaoh got on him, he really just expounded. So Young Pharaoh is correct in a sense. Like, people been on Natureboy for a long time, and you got everybody wanting to claim the top spot. Oh, I've been covering him the longest. I've been covering him since April 1st, 2017. I've been covering him since, March 2nd, 2017. But really, nobody was really on his head, until, and I guess Ashe Divine might have been on him, you know what I mean? Marwan says he was, whoever was the first one, didn't nobody really give him no real credence until YP got on his head. And I think there's a lot to be said about that. You know what I'm saying? YP holds a lot of cachet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. He has got some lectures. He's got some interesting viewpoints. But he's not no more as important as, Brother Panic, or some other big names you might hear right there, Tesseract, all in their respective fields. Debaters and lecturers. I like to hear them all. Even though I don't believe all that, I like to hear them all. Africa Bambaataa and Malachi Z. York are spirit are Natureboy's spirit animals. That's a good one. DNA says, this is why you don't use intellect on the people being abused, because a smart person enduring trauma and pain can be very powerful. I absolutely agree with this. They still live on, though. Eliana's a happy hoe. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, let's get back to a little bit of, is there anything else that you guys want me to check out on YouTube real quick? We checked out the whole, I don't think much is going to come of that. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that the FBI will investigate. They will be investigating. I think that they're building a case that will be ongoing. Because they don't want to just rush in. They don't just rush into these compounds because they don't know who's got guns. They don't know if there's a trigger word to make everybody commit suicide. They don't want the children hurt, especially, and the younger people that can be deprogrammed. It would be very hard, but it would be possible. With that being said, let's get back to a little bit of Natureboy over live on Instagram. Is that cool with you guys? And we'll do that now. Come on. Does that mean that's my phone, y'all, or is that them? I'm asking because I still see the comments coming up, but it's just buffering on the video. Marquise Dillinger says, Natureboy says he is out of U.S. jurisdiction, but all of his broadcasts are aimed at Americans. All of his donations come from Americans, and all of his recruitment is American. That's very true. I think what happens in a lot of cases with these people is, and I had this very interesting theory. he probably didn't expect it to take the legs that it has. He probably expected to go there into the jungle and to do his thing, to have his people there. He's got a BBC documentary about him. He's been there for several years. He has an interesting philosophy and interesting teaching. People are drawn to it. And so he starts to experiment a little bit with this. He starts to say to himself, hey, we're in the age of Instagram. We're in the age of YouTube. Not only do I have a, following here, I could have a following online as well. Spread my message, propagate what it is that I do. And that way I can, like Marquise Dillinger says, recruit. And he's been doing this since the beginning of what he does. This is the foundation of what he does. It's video, it's audio. It's making sure that those studios in the back and everybody's saying, oh, they're in nature, but they got to yes, because they're running a TV show, damn it. They're televangelists. He probably seriously believes what it is that he believes. And he probably still believes that to his day. And he didn't know that by adjusting and he learned this over time. Like I said, he didn't know that by adjusting the contrast here. I heard him on live the other day talking about this. You had a little saturation here. He's very good at that. The pictures, oh my God, they're great pictures. He's good at what he does, which is telemarketing and believing in himself. I mean, we can't deny that. We can't deny that. Am I taking up for Natureboy? Oh, the lives list taking up for Natureboy and he's doing this. No, I'm not taking up for the man. I feel like he is. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if he is a child molester, but he has said that he would. He has said that his child is sexy and has sexy eyes and letting other women lactate his child. Just on that basis. I didn't even have to have been watching for the last 6-7 months to see that and say, man, this guy's sick. What's going on here? Anyway, let's see if we can get back to the video. See if we can figure this shit out, family. Don't look like IG want to play right now, but we could talk about that a little bit more because I really do think that's an interesting angle on it. Like I said, not saying, and I saw your comment, DNA, not saying that Natureboy is, unaware or, Insta shut it down. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Is he back being blocked is he blocked on live again? Let me go back to the comment so I can talk about it effectively. Fair enough, we don't know his real intent. He might be mentally ill or unaware, not making excuses, but being fair. And I understand that. I do think that is a possibility. That is always a possibility. However, I do think that he is aware now. I feel like he didn't know how big this thing was going to get. He didn't know that he was going to have like a legit chance at a reality TV show. Because I think that's where his mind is now. Like, he wants all his information to be free. He wants everything to be able to be, video unavailable. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying, but it's not going to work for me. But anyway, I think he didn't know. He didn't know that this was going to take the legs it did. He did not know. Excuse me, y'all. That's mine. I'm going to cut this episode. You said, yeah, we know this cat. You ain't got the... I'm going to end this one for right now. We might come back on a little bit later on, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more because, man, it's getting wild. We're going to hope that IG gets back up or he can go live from Eliana's page or something. Talk about this and other things. We'll be back with you, man. Thank you so much.